Welcome to a full day in Legoland Resort Windsor. We're staying on site in the Legoland Hotel. We'll be heading into the park for early ride access, sharing all of the magic of the day, plus top tips and tricks to make your day magical, with bonus tips if, like me, you have children with autism. We will be using the ride access pass system, which uses the ride and reserve system here in Legoland. So we will be explaining all of that as we go. If that's something you need to access, you know exactly what to do. If you're new around here, hi, my name's Rhi and Morgan. Everyone calls me Rhi. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm here in Legoland with 3 out of my 4 children, plus my husband. We've already been down for breakfast in the Bricks restaurant. That is included in the price of our stay. If you caught the last vlog, we also went for dinner in the Bricks restaurant yesterday, so you can check that out if you've not seen that yet. Dinner is an additional cost, but breakfast is included. They had a lovely selection of both cooked and continental breakfast, those are juices, all the lovely things. And of course, the theming in the Bricks restaurant, as well as the rest of the entire Legoland Hotel, is amazing. Now, the weather is not great. It's kind of chucking it down, but apparently by about lunchtime, it's going to gas off. Fingers crossed. We have bought ponchos. I know buying ponchos in theme parks is incredibly expensive, so I got some on Amazon. They were dirt cheap, it's like a pack of 10. So it's not especially cold. I think we're just going to chuck ponchos over our clothes to try and keep the rain off. But for now, let's hear from the children to see what they have planned. They've been writing in the planners before we even came on the trip. And I would highly suggest you do this too, especially if you have children with autism who like to know exactly what's going on. Watch vlogs, see the kind of rides and things you want to do, make priority lists so that you've got a bit of a plan when you show up at the park. So children, yesterday we got through what?
We did Lego Ninjago, the Dragon, Minifigure Speedway, and Haunted Earth Monster Party.
And they were, I know, your top priorities.
Yes.
What are the priorities for today? Let's make sure we get through everyone's bucket lists. Bella, priorities for you.
Flight of the Sky Lion, Coastguard HQ, Fairy Tale Brook, Duplo Dino, Minifigure Speedway, Deep Sea Adventure.
That's the one that the children were calling Yellow Submarine and Atlantis, because it was previously called Atlantis, and we also know it's Yellow Submarine.
The Stunt Show and maybe Fire Academy.
Okay, cool.
Also,
Any
I think
additions?
I think we're going to do Pirate Falls instead of Duplo Dino. I don't know.
yeah.
You don't want to do Duplo Dino, even though that's a
It is
cred.
but
Okay.
are we gonna
For
waste
people
time
that,
with
if this is your first video, what's a cred, Will?
A cred is a roller coaster count. So every time you go on a new roller coaster that you've never been on before, one roller coaster equals 1 cred, but not a re-ride.
Okay. Because William has this, fascination, I have developed your very own planner, your Coaster Cred Counter, which you can get. It's currently the bonus side of my Magical Adventures Club. It's available in my planner store. If you're VIP, you get every bonus every month anyway. So if you're watching this in the future, the Coaster Cred Counter is your place to count your coaster creds. Okay, so you don't want to do those Duplo Dinosaur, even though it's another cred, because yesterday you were willing to do it.
Yes, but I think there's other things we want to get around.
Okay. Zaza.
My bucket list is Fire Academy, Fairy Tale Brook, Coastguard HQ, and Minifigure Speedway, preferably on the All-Star side.
Yeah, so we did one side
That would be
yesterday. It would be another crowd apparently if you rode the other side of the coaster. Okay, kids, are we voting coats or hoodies and ponchos? What are we thinking?
Hoodies and ponchos.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I don't really mind.
it's raining quite a lot. It's raining quite a lot. But we are literally staying on, like when I say on site, some places where you stay in theme parks, there's a bit of a hike to get back to the hotel. The Legoland Hotel is probably the closest to the action. Second only to the Castle Hotel, which is even closer. But of all the theme parks, I don't think there's anywhere else you can stay that's quite this. I mean, maybe Chessington, I don't know, but it feels incredibly close. Like we can literally see the Atlantis. It's not called Atlantis anymore. Deep Sea, whatever it's called, attraction from.
Chessington's probably second because they're like you walk like 1 minute and it's there.
They're very, very
I
close.
also want to do the Yellow Submarine. That's a really big priority for me.
I can literally see that one from here. So we'll be able to sort that. And that's a good indoor one. So we're going to do early ride time as hotel guests. Which rides are available for early ride time, Will?
Flight of the Sky Lion, Hydra's Challenge, Coastguard HQ, and another one. Wait a minute. Laser Raiders.
Wikipedia.
Subject to availability, by the way.
Oh, subject to availability. Terms and conditions to apply. Thank you for that disclaimer. So we are using the reserve and ride system, which we can activate from our emails as soon as the park opens. I'll put a link in the description and it'll take you to the information that you need. But in brief, if you or any member of your party has something that makes queuing difficult, either a physical or a neurological challenge, such as autism, for example, that means queuing is a challenge, then you apply for the Merlin card, and that is your proof of disability for all the Merlin parks. But then you have to apply for the specific date that you're going. You need to do that before you attend the park, and then you activate that on the day of your visit. So it's different in every park. I've done videos when we've been to each of the Merlin parks, but this one I'd say is the closest to the Chessington. The Alton Tower system is rumoured to be changing, but at the moment it's very different to this system. But this one and Chessington are quite similar. Okay, so we need to activate our reserve and ride, and we're going to reserve and ride what first, William?
Flight of the Sky Lion.
Excellent. The way it works is you reserve the attraction you want to go on, and then say the standard queue is an hour. Then after we've had that QR code scanned, 1 hour later we can book the next attraction and go straight on to that one. And that means you're still waiting out the same amount of time, but you can do that while you're wandering around the shops, going to the toilet for the millionth time, or eating or whatever, rather than standing in the physical queue if that's challenging. Okay, are we all ready? Are we all ready? Brollies at the ready, ponchos at the ready. Daddy is not ready, but I don't know where Daddy is, but he'll find us. I know. My husband is not so fussed on rides and attractions. He'll just catch up with us wherever we get to. It's 19 minutes past 9 and people are already queuing to get into the theme park, which I'm assuming is just here. We are electing not to go outside until the queue actually opens because it's boring. These are the ponchos I bought from Amazon. Will we all look ridiculous? Yes. Will we be dry? Hopefully, yes. Oh, look, they've even got strings. Sleeves. We've got strings around the face. We look ridiculous, but, you know, in a good way. Okay, so Zara's poncho is so long, we're having to perform surgery on it and make it shorter. What are you going to trip over it otherwise? There we go. It's just like seamstress stuff. We all look amazing, by the way. Can we just have a moment for the fashion moment that is ponchos? We've always said you look good in a bin bag, Bells, and we're right. So we've made it into the park. What time is it, Will?
It is 9:48.
A bit of the time we spent customising ponchos meant that we got into the park a little bit later, but it did mean that we didn't have to get soaked because it's pretty much gassed off with the raining. So we've been through, we've had our annual passes scanned, we've had our hand stamped to show that we're hotel guests and we're capable of early ride time. So we're walking through what's now called Lego Mythica. Well, what was this area before?
This area, I don't really know as such. It was quite a generic theme before. I think it was part of maybe Lego City or something.
Now, we've done this ride before. Will, was this called something different when we were last year?
It was some submarine ride, something. I remember they were yellow. I don't know what it was called.
You're right. It was a very similar ride, but not exactly the same. This is probably a good one to do while wearing these silly ponchos, actually. Daddy of Four's found a button you can press to get people even wetter, so he's happy. So this one's now called Hydra's Challenge. You can ride if you're over a metre tall. You've got to be over 1.3 metres to ride unaccompanied. And you should probably wear a poncho. The ride and reserve system doesn't actually open until the proper park opening at 10 a.m. So we're starting with Hydra's Challenge. And as it's 2 to a car, and there are 5 of us, I volunteered Daddy for to go on this with the children. He doesn't normally do coasters. I normally have to do all of the rides. So he can do this one. It's a flat ride. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. So this attraction has 2 halves to it, 2 splits. It's in essence, it's 2 separate flat rides. You queue once and then they split them, and that helps to increase capacity, much the same as Dumbo does in the Magic Kingdom. And if you press these buttons, water bombs go off and soak people even more. Hi! Oh, you're letting Zara drive. What could go wrong? And here they come. Oh, other people are doing that.
Yeah, but no one else. Fun. We just kept spinning around.
It was very funny. Did you enjoy that?
We couldn't.
Being fun now.
Oh no. Now we're going to head to our first reserve and ride attraction, Flight of the Sky Lion. Not to be confused, I kept thinking you were saying Flight of the Sky Lion. It's the lion, like Ra.
Lion.
Now, William tells me that this is likely to be similar to Soaring Round the World in Epcot, because it's the UK's first flying theatre, is that right? And the only one. Ah, this looks like the Sky Lion. Hi, Sky Lion. You've got to be over a metre to ride this one, over 1.2 to ride unaccompanied. Shirts and shoes must be worn at all times. Is that something they have to say to people? Gosh, apparently. Flash and strobe lighting. Okay, no umbrellas, cameras, or loose items. Can't film on the ride in Legoland, but we will give you a full debrief of exactly what it's like when we get out. So we booked the reserve and ride for this attraction. What we do is go into the reserve and ride queue, scan our code, and then we'll be notified on the app how long till we can book our next attraction. Now that we've had our ride access pass, ride and reserve QR code scanned, it told us how long until we can book our next attraction, so we're going to set a timer to make sure I remember to do that so we can maximise that day. If you don't do the timer, then you're going to end up wasting time where you could be riding rides. So we've come from the reserve and ride queue, loaded into these bays, asked to stand on numbers. It does look a lot like the Soarin' setup so far. Flight of the Sky Lion was really good. I was thinking, should we have taken off these ponchos? I'm kind of glad we left them on. We got quite wet. There was a lot of spray, a lot of wind and spray, very multi-sensory. So, as I wasn't allowed to film on it, let me just try and explain to you as best I can. It was a cross between Soaring Around the World. It was like the mechanism of Soaring Around the World with the seat set up and the fact you don't need 3D glasses. But the theming and the journey where you're kind of going around through caves
rather than like over cities. Like.
Yes, and it's very similar from that point of view to Avatar Flight of Passage in Animal Kingdom, where it's kind of like a sea monster jumping up trying to get you and you're getting sprayed and there's heat, and so very mythical, otherworldly. As a theme park enthusiast, what were your thoughts?
I thought it was really good. It's like I mean, with the flying theatres, I mean, they did the best they could with the theming because you can't really do anything besides the screen. But it's really good. It's like, how do I describe it? Yeah, what you said.
Soaring meets Avatar meets Lego.
But also, there was a lot of like movement and water effects and wind. I got wetter on it than I did on Hydra's challenge.
Well, that is interesting. Yeah, the seats move a lot and they juggle. It really does feel like you're flying. Zara, you were a little bit nervous. What did you think?
I thought it was really good. There was a lot of spray and stuff.
You didn't need your ear defenders? No. But glad you had your poncho. Bells? Enjoyed?
Yeah.
Would recommend to a friend?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. And Daddy for who doesn't really do rides?
Amazing. Very realistic, I must say.
It was. Was it scarier than Avatar?
No.
You were scared on Avatar, weren't you?
Was the
Avatar was
ultimate scare ride for not actually being on a ride, in my opinion.
an Avatar. He kept having to look behind to check he hadn't really put inside the body of an Avatar.
Just plays with the head.
I think with that he was happier that we were on the bottom layer, so he could at least look at the floor.
Yeah.
And you could look up and see people's feet and stuff, couldn't you? Okay, where to next, dudes? Is it Coastguards?
Yeah, I think
Coastguards?
so.
Let's go Coastguards. Our next attraction is Coastguard HQ. This is one Daddy 4 actually wanted to do, so again, I am going to let him go on with the kids. And that way I can film them on their boats. So while they are in the queue for Coastguard HQ, let's have a little look around Lego City. So we've got face painting over here, a hot dog place over there, that is not yet open. Here we've got Treads tuning, hot drinks, frozen drinks. Next along is the Lego driving school, which is for kind of medium-sized kids. Our eldest did this. I think Will's done his LEGOLAND driver's license here. I think Bella hasn't done this one. Maybe she was smaller when we were last year, because they've also got the little drivers over here for kids between 90 centimetres and 1.1 metres. They've got these freestyle filling stations all around the park. That's if you buy the specific cup, and then you can get unlimited refills of soft drinks. Thoroughly enjoyed the Coastguard boat. Daddy Paul's getting a little bit stressed.
Multiple overtakes.
Yes.
Me and Bella were professional F1 drivers.
Oh, were you? F1 boat drivers, excellent. Okay, so now we're heading to the Fire Academy. While you got your ponchos on. So for the reserve and ride, just to clarify, so you start off by selecting your first attraction of the day. You then take your reserve and ride QR code that pops up to your chosen attraction. Head to the reserve and ride queue, and the QR code will be scanned. At this point, the countdown will begin, and it will be the same amount of time as you would have waited in the queue. So if it was a 30-minute queue, you've then got 30 minutes on a countdown, and that's where you need to be setting a timer because it doesn't alert you. 30 minutes, for example, until you can book your next attraction. At that point, you can book your next attraction and ride that attraction immediately, and then the whole process repeats. So this is why it's important to set that timer, so you know exactly when you can book your next attraction, and you want to head towards that next attraction and be kind of in the vicinity of it, because once you book it, you can pretty much get straight into the reserve and ride queue. I don't think little Zara's done this attraction before. She was too short. You decided who's going to do what. So what they do in this attraction is they get on the fire truck, they pump the fire truck to get it from one end to the other, and then they get out, they pump the hose to put out the fire, and then when the bell goes, they've got to get back on the truck. we've got a bit of time before our next attraction. So we're going to get a little something to eat in Big City Bites. Apparently Daddy 4 had some fries here yesterday and they were brilliant. Oh, I don't know. What have we got? Oh, £3 for the regular with annual pass. That sounds good. A nacho style. Wow, they all look so good. These Lego fries are so lovely. They're actually nicer than the chips that we just had yesterday. The chicken we had yesterday was nice. The chips were just okay. Yeah. These, wow, yummy. So if you're an annual pass holder, these are standard prices. Obviously you get annual pass discount on that, but you can get a set of these Lego fries for £3, not £6, and they are sensational. And Daddy of 4 has gone for the sweet chili chicken version of the loaded fries, which looks delicious. Having refueled on Lego brick chips, it's now time for our next attraction that we've booked, which is the Deep Sea, still can't remember what it's called, Deep Sea Adventure. Still wanted to just call it Yellow Submarine. We did Haunted House Monster Party yesterday, that would be in yesterday's vlog. Zara, you used to love this one with the fish when you were tiny. You still love it? This attraction, you are loaded onto a submarine and you get to see all of the beautiful fish under the water going through this Lego adventure. So that was fun. Now we've exited to this sea life-esque section. Collected our photographs. I actually purchased a Merlin annual photo pass, which will cover me for all of the parks yesterday. So on our way to our next attraction, we're just walking past the Castle Hotel. Not stayed in here before, or been in there for that matter. They have got a restaurant option that we could book for there tonight, but it's a sit-down option, more of an a la carte, and the kids have voted they'd rather do more of like a pub food. So I think we're probably just going to get food in the Skyline bar in the Legoland Hotel tonight. Oh yeah. Across the way you can see the show is going on in Heart Lake City. We're going to try maybe and check that out later. Will, how come there are Lego dinosaurs? What are they for? We've eaten in here before, but I'm pretty sure it used to be themed like a seaside fish and chips thing, and now it's a hungry troll. So after another quick toilet stop, refill our water bottles, it's time for Pirate Falls Treasure Quest. It stopped raining. We're going to do one last wet ride before we take off the ponchos. So this is a loading system where you step on the rotating thing. What's this similar to, Will?
This is similar to like, well, I suppose the turntable of the thing is, turntable, similar to Congo River Rapids, but...
Yes, that's what I've seen it.
But the log flume is obviously similar to like Tiger Rock.
Yes.
I guess.
But the loading kind of system, if anyone's worried about how they get on and off. So we're going to go around...
Whatever. Zara, do you want to go in the front?
No.
You don't want to go in the front?
Only if I have to.
It's going to be hoods up. Hoods up.
Well, you can go in the front, I'll go second.
People are getting off soaked.
I'll go first.
Yeah, don't rub it in, Will. I used to be the tallest once.
Wait, so should
I used to be the tallest. Yeah, go
Me,
on.
then...
Zara doesn't want to go in the front. You,
yeah.
then Zara, then me. Then we'll put William at the back. We should put William at the front as a shield.
Sorry, you will.
Yeah, but
She'll be behind.
So, Pirate Falls Treasure Quest. They're not joking when they say you might get wet. You will get wet. Honestly, we got much wetter doing the bit where you go round in the boat. So it's very much like Tiger Rock, I guess, only you're going round pirate theming.
And you get, there are like loads of sprays.
They
You can't dodge.
squirt you like mad. You get absolutely soaked before you even go down the Pirate Falls bit. So the Pirate Falls bit, obviously you get a bit wet, but I would say you get much wetter before and after that. Lots of fun, but Zara is soaking. So as we're literally on site in the hotel, she's not fussed on doing the laser one in the Kingdom of the Pharaohs, laser raiders, she doesn't like that. So I'm going to take her back to the hotel, which is easy enough to do because we are staying on site. So we're going to go and get you some dry flares. We did put you in that drying machine, but you're still not feeling quite dry enough, are you?
Yeah,
And because you...
there are drying machines.
Yeah, there are drying machines, but you're still just feeling like you want to change, and that's fine. If that's going to make you more comfortable, that's cool. So yeah, we'll get you changed and then meet the others for, I think you want to do Fairy Tale Brook, don't you? So we are back at the room,
Yeah.
all dry now. Feel a bit better because you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, as much as I could literally lie down on this bed and have a nap right now, it's time to go back into the park and have some more fun. You ready?
Yeah.
And to join us for the rest of our jam-packed day in LEGOLAND Windsor, click on the video on screen now, or join me inside my Magical Adventures Club for early release videos, plus tools to help you plan your own magical adventures. See you soon!